We're just gonna defend with A9 in the blind. Probably gonna check raise this flop. We're gonna lead out. Here with one overcard, we're just gonna put in a c-bet. And here we're just gonna check it to him and possibly check call. He could have like some overpair here playing this way. He probably call it like queen jack, something, queen jack, king jack sort of hand. Oh, ace king. Here we have middle pair, and then they both check on the flop. We're just gonna start betting on the turn. Here, with king queen blind versus blind, we're just gonna put in a 3-bet. Just gonna check it down. Not gonna call that. Here with top pair, we're gonna bet like a little more than normal because the flop is very wet, so a lot of straight draw out there. He called expecting to have a lot of Jack 10, Jack 9 type of hands. Queen. We're probably just gonna barrel this turn. Not too much though. You could have like Queen 10, Jack 10 a lot here. Queen 9, Jack 9. Obviously he can have ace queen as well, but I don't think he's raising with ace queen here. So it's just gonna call and then we can check. Like river's just gonna be check check. This is pretty good river for us. If he has like queen 10 and then queen 10, queen 9, jack 10, jack 9, we just win the pot. Obviously we're not betting here. Yeah, ace jack. That's kind of like a pretty bad call. It would be better if he has like jack 10, jack 9 here, so he has like some kind of backdoor. At least he has like some type of straight draw. Here we're just gonna put in a 3-bet with queen jack suited, and here we flop top 2 pair. We're just gonna do like a small c-bet. On this flop, we're just gonna check here. This flop doesn't hit us that hard, and then the only hand we're wrapping if we bet is aces and kings. This is definitely a card that we should barrel. Just a little over half the pot is fine. Here we got raised with our top 2 pair, we're never folding here. And here we got call, we're just gonna give up. He could be doing this with the flush draw, but we block we block the not flush draw. So I think it's just he could obviously have a set, but we're never folding here, so we're just gonna put in another raise and try to get it in on the turn. If he had a set here, then it's just a cooler, nothing you can do about it. And we just pick up the pot, which is nice. Cause on that type of flop, ace 8-4, 2 hearts, the only thing he's raising with is a set or like a flush draw or like a flush draw in the gut shot. And then we're never folding against a set, so we just have to charge those flush draws. I think if we call, this guy's gonna call, and then he's like a pretty bad fish. So we're just gonna call here, like do like something we almost never do, calling in small blind. And I don't really want a 3-bet against under the gun raiser. We're just gonna check. We're still way ahead of his bottom open range, so we're just gonna check call here. He has a lot of like queen jack, king queen, king high type of hands. This shouldn't be a card that he barreled that much. When he barrel like this, it's very polarized. He's saying that he has the over pocket, or he has absolute nothing. But obviously, we only have ace high, so we're not gonna do anything about it. Just gonna give up. Here with ace 3 suited, we're just gonna put in a 3-bet. This guy's a pretty bad fish, so it's totally okay to put in more money in position and then put a lot of pressure on him. Here, cut out open and then button 3-bet, like he can have like any 2 cards, so we're just gonna do a 4-bet. And we can be like doing this with like a lot of air as well, so I don't think he's gonna give us too much credit if he has a real hands like jacks or queens. He's definitely shipping it. He instant folds, so he probably just trying to make a play at the cutoff open there. Ace jack, just gonna put in a 3-bet. And here with open ended, we're just gonna continue with this continuation bet. Here with 8, we got top pair. This guy's very like stationary, so we're just gonna bet like a little more, because he's never folding anything if he has like a pair. Not the greatest turn. He could have a lot of kings here. We're just gonna check behind. He led 25. He's never doing this with the flush draw or even an ace. Because the player with like this kind of stats is like really passive, so when he does this, he has like something good. And we're just gonna fold here actually. I don't see the reason of calling there. We're gonna call and then just play in position. His range is super strong though. Once ace hit, I don't think we're ahead against anything. Hi Nick. Hi Kevin. We're just gonna fold to this I don't know like what we beat here. Like he's never doing this with like king queen, so he's doing this with like ace jack, like minimum. Maybe I don't even think he does it with ace jack. Maybe like ace queen minimum. So ace get there, so we don't beat anything. He has a lot of jacks, queens, and kings, so we're just gonna fold here. It's a pretty bad flop. Even though the c-bet is really small, it just doesn't make sense for us to call, because we're almost guaranteed to lose there. We don't beat anything. And he's never like 3-betting us in small blind versus like a mid position open for like no reason and then just using like random hand to bluff there. It just doesn't make sense. We're just gonna fold here with king 5 off. Sometimes I defend there. Here with the raise and call, this guy looks like a fish, so we're just gonna put in a 3-bet here. Here with second pair, against 2 fishes, we're just gonna do a small c-bet. And he called, okay. We have trips here. We're gonna bet like a little bigger than normal, because it's a very draw heavy board with a lot of straight draw and flush draw. Here we got called by 2 spots, and this is definitely not the flop we want to see. 3 spades, we don't have a spades. Flush gets here, we're just gonna check. I'm just gonna check this. If we have like the ace of spades, definitely gonna see bet this. And against that bet, we're just gonna fold because we don't beat anything. And our hands has like no potential. And here we're just checking. We're just checking down. We don't have a heart. Hopefully, they both check and then they don't have a heart. Nice. Here, just gonna do a small c-bet because he can have like a lot of like random hands that would just fold. He called, and then we're just gonna give up here. Drawing dead against an ace. He called with 3-8. It's just a backdoor flush draw, and then he actually hit a bottom pair on us. But that guy's like really bad, so it's expected. Like he's never folding anything, right? So he check on the flop with a high, with nothing, no pair, just a high, and then no draw, just backdoor flush draw. So sometimes like if you're playing against a player like that, you just don't see bad because it doesn't make sense. Pocket sixes we're gonna open. We have aces here, with the fish in the blind, and hopefully we're just gonna check behind here on this flop. I just don't think that he's folding any king and ace. And then if we check again, we're gonna try to bet and take away the pot. This guy cold calls in the button. That's kind of weird. Here we're just gonna put in a small c-bet, top 2, and we're just gonna fold here. It's like really weird. Like I don't know what he's calling here with. Like maybe like pocket 8s or something. Pocket 8 should be like a fold or 4-bet. Good thing that our buddy he 4-betted. Definitely just gonna get it in. Here facing a 3-bet blind versus blind, we're just gonna call and play out of position. We flop a gut shot. Gonna check. He bet pretty big. I think our range benefits a lot more from this flop. So we're actually gonna call here and then try to outplay him later if he show any type of weakness. That's definitely one of the cards. We're just gonna check here again. Like we beat a lot of ace king and ace queen. Now a king hits. He can obviously have ace king. Probably just gonna check it to him, and then I don't think he's betting a king here that much. Pocket queens. Not sure if we can make him fold there. I think we have to like go like pot size in order to make him fold. Here we got 3-bet. A pretty tight player. I don't like calling here. If we play, I would rather put in a 4-bet against a player who's 3-bet 5% of the time. Even though small sample size, but I'm just gonna fold. Ace queen offsuit just doesn't play that well. Blind versus blind, queen 10 suited is automatic open. Here with pocket nines, we're gonna put in a 3-bet. It's either a 3-bet or fold. He's short stack, so if we 3-bet, there's a very good chance that he'll jam, and then we just have to call. I'm trying to think if we want to do that. Oh, we're just gonna fold here, actually. We got 3-betted by the button. We're gonna put in a 4-bet. Now 3-way, we're just gonna see a flop with queen 9. Here with the gotcha straight draw against the small c-bet, we're just gonna call and see a turn. Oh, we're just gonna check here. And here, we're just gonna bet like half pot. After the flop was checked around. Oh, win with queen high. That's surprising. Jeez, really sucks to fold queen jack, but I think we had to fold it here. The ISO 3-bet is pretty big. Just gonna give it credit for a real hand. Oh, we gotta do a check raise here. I don't think he has that many 10 in his range. He called fairly quickly. We pick up open-ended, we're just gonna barrel and possibly go 3. And we just pick up the pot. King ace suited, we're gonna put in a 3-bet. Here we're just gonna call and see a flop with suited ace. Pretty tight fish. Against that c-bet, we're just gonna fold. Here facing small blind 3-bet, just gonna call and see a flop in position. Pretty big bet. He's wrapping like jacks and queens. We're just gonna call and then see what he does on the turn. Oh, that's a terrible turn. Probably the worst turn out there. Now we're definitely folding if he barrel again. If he checks, he can have like jacks and queens a lot. I'm not sure if we can take away the pot though. When he bets again like this, small bet, like we're just gonna fold because this bet feels like he's gonna milk us and then just planning on a jam on the river. We don't have much anyways. Here we're gonna 3-bet with the ace-4 suited. Flop gosh shot straight draw and backdoor flush. Definitely gonna just see bad. King queen off. We're gonna fold against under the gun race anyways. This guy is kind of like a fish. Turn 9. If he bets, I think calling is mandatory here. Let's start betting. Flop 2 pair. Gonna check raise here. Just gonna check behind. I expect to see a lot of king. He does have a king. Here raised under the gun and a 3-bet. This is very strong. Here when 3 hits, we're just gonna call because a lot of he's a small blind calling range, has a lot of 6-8. I mean 6-7. Actually, we're gonna put in a raise. We're only losing to 6-7 here, and then he has a lot of flush draws since there are 2 flush draws out there. And here we're just gonna put in a 4-bet and then get it in. River the fold, and then flush gets there. We're just gonna jam. I don't see a reason to do anything else. He only has $68. Pot is already 70. And hopefully he has 2 clubs instead of 2 hearts. And he'll be able to call or jam. But feels like he has 2 hearts though. So just hoping that he has 2 clubs. Just fold. Yeah, I just feel like he had two hearts there. Because I think if he had 2 clubs and then hit the flush on the river, he's just gonna jam himself instead of checking. Here, cut off race with the kings, and then we got 3-bet by the button. Pretty good spot. We're definitely gonna put in a 4-bet. And hopefully he think that we're making a play at him and then just do something crazy. He doesn't. Probably check raising with the top pair here. With the backdoor flush draw on this flop, I'm gonna do a check raise against the small C bet. We're definitely gonna put in a check raise here. He C bet like 91% of the time. That's way too high. I don't expect him to connect with this board that much. He's just gonna put in a 3 bet with Queen 10 suited. And we got called. 9 is not the greatest card. He can have a lot of 10 jack. Here facing a 4 bet, we probably just gonna fold. I think checking is probably the best play here. 9 is like a pretty bad turn. He has a lot of 10 jack. That will call. We're just gonna fold to this bet. Don't think he's ever bluffing here. I'm just gonna isolate the limper, weaker player. Gonna defend with King 9 offsuit, blind versus blind. This guy seems very aggressive, like way too aggressive. So like an aggressive type of recreational player. Here, if we like, it's better that we have a heart. Definitely gonna C bet, but without a C bet, we're just gonna do a small C bet. I mean, without a heart, we're just gonna do a small C bet and then give up if it's called. Because I expect him to fold here a lot. He calls. We can still have the best hand here. No reason to barrel though. We're just gonna check behind. Here we got check raise. Obviously, he could be doing this with the king, and then we do still have the best hand. We're just gonna call and proceed the turn. See what he does. He can have like a lot of flush draw, straight draw. If he bets again, we probably have to call again. We probably call, and then if spades doesn't get there on the river, we probably have to call it down. Against a player like this, like super aggressive, you just have to like take more chances. Of course, we're gonna run into like big hands sometimes, but that's the risk we will have to take. I just don't think pair 6 is good here. We're just gonna fold. Here we're just gonna call. Yeah, I expect him to have like a lot of air here, because he's like super aggressive, like the like recreational player that's over aggressive. Like they just don't know like when to put the break down, right? Like in that spot, like it's a terrible turn in river to bluff. But because they're like recreational players, so they're not gonna realize like the board is really bad to bluff. And like any capable player will not fold there. And then calling 3 street there was pretty easy. Like I already explained like our thought process. Like we're planning on calling any river if we decide to call the turn, if it's not a spade, right? And then he was just bluffing there with like nothing. That's just like giving money away. But in some frequencies, he's gonna have like a strong hand there, like ace king, pocket aces, pocket king sometimes. But the frequency is quite low. So like poker is all about like frequency, like how often you think people have a good hand, how often you think they're bluffing. Here we're gonna see bet pretty big with top 2 pair, almost pot size. Here we're just gonna check fold. So if you think like he's bluffing a very high frequency, then you just have to go with your gut. Even though like we only had top pair and then almost like no kicker, consider the way the action goes. Like king 9 with a knight kicker is basically like nothing, but it was still a pretty easy decision because the board ran out pretty well for us. I'm just gonna check behind here. I don't think he's folding much here on this flop. Just gonna fold. Three betting is okay here, but I'd rather do that with like ace 5. So in case we got called or 4-bet, like the hand plays better. Ace 8 doesn't play that well after the flop. 10 jack, queen jack offsuit, we're just gonna put in a 3-bet against button open. And here against 2 fish player, we're just gonna actually call. This guy isolated. We just have to fold. 7-6 suited, it just doesn't play that well out of position. Here we're gonna do a c-bet and possibly like barrel 3 street often on this type of flop. I mean, I expect him to have like some jacks and 10s. That's like the top of his range. Of course, I hope he just fold. But if he calls, like we're definitely gonna like barrel a lot. Oh, that's a pretty card to barrel. We're just gonna barrel this turn and then get it in on the river. Actually, here we're gonna do a check raise. Not check raise, but a raise. We're gonna bet like maybe close to like 50 and then get it in on the river. Actually, I want to bet like a little more. I'm gonna bet 60 and then get it in on the river if he called. I don't think he can call much because he's almost never have deuces, 4s, and 5s here. I mean, his range is capped at pocket jacks. And then it's impossible for pocket jack to call this jam. If he calls, then give him credit, but like he's capped at pocket jacks here, and he called. Oh, that's a good call. And we get there on turn. I don't regret that play at all, because I like his hands was pretty faced up. It's just that unfortunate that he called. I mean, pocket jack doesn't beat anything there except a bluff. I guess he like play against us, like have some notes or something, and then he definitely know that we're capable of doing that kind of play. Because against like any like high aggressive player, they're like always just gonna, you know, they're always gonna have aces and kings there when they play like that. But that was like a good play, and I believe that's a positive EV long term for sure. Because calling there with jacks is just like you just have a bluff catcher. But sometimes, like, you know, player they don't want to fold. Happens. Like I play aces, kings, queens the same way, and he's just gonna lose his stack with jacks. Flop top here. Just gonna c-bet pretty big on this flop. And here we're just gonna call with ace queen off. We're losing to ace king and ace jack. Definitely gonna call that. We're probably not folding. Here, if ace jack suited, then we can call. We're just gonna check, and hopefully he has like ace king or ace jack. Really tempting to call. You're just gonna put in a race with top pair and king kicker. We're just gonna fold. I mean, he could be bluffing here. Just gonna jam. We got check raise. Not check raise, he bet and then we raise and then he raised again. I think we have to continue here with the king of spades. Can you check it to us? We're only beating like, cause queen 10 gets there. We're just gonna check behind here. We're only beating flush draws. And we're just gonna check behind. I expect us to win here quite often. Only losing to ace jack. Okay, he has nothing. I don't know what he's doing. We're gonna fold sevens here. We're just gonna fold king 10 suited because he has a small stack and I just don't think he'll bluff here that much, and king 10 is really hard to play here. Obviously we're playing a 4-bet. And we'll get it in if he's jam. And hopefully we have the best hand. Calling with ace high here is definitely an option. Guess we're just gonna fold. Here we're just gonna start betting on the turn. Wrapping an ace. I think it's always c-betting with an ace here. He called fairly quickly, so I assume he has like a lot of king-queen type of hands. King-queen, king 10. Just gonna bet like 15. Hopefully he'll fold his king. He worked out. No action with aces, that sucks. This guy looks like a fishy player, very tight on. Against two players, we're gonna see a flop. Queen jack suited. If we want to play, it's a 3-bet. Yeah, let's do that. Here, king jack against two players. We just gotta put in a 3-bet because I don't want to just call and then play out of position against two players. Against this 3-bet, we can 4-bet bluff here, but we have been 4-betting quite often, so I'm just gonna fold there. Turn 10. Gonna start betting a little bit. I expect us to just pick up the pot here a lot. If he calls this, he probably have an ace at least. Maybe like pocket 7, pocket 8s, but I don't think pocket 8s, pocket 7 will call the turn. We're just gonna check behind and then give up the pot. Hopefully we can check it down. He doesn't agree. Just have to fold. Just gonna fold here, nothing we can do. Here we're facing a 3-bet, definitely gonna put in a 4-bet. Actually we're just gonna probably just get it in. Let me think. I think we should just jam. Actually, yeah, I'll just jam. He's 150 big blind deep. Actually, we're gonna put in a 4-bet and put in a 4-bet and possibly folding to a jam, depending on what this guy does. But he's like a really fish player, so I can't give him credit for like a real hand. That's really odd. And, we flop trip kings, that definitely helps. And here we're just gonna call in position with 6-5 suited. Flop bottom 2 pair here, pretty nice. Gonna small c-bet like 50. And then probably get it in on turn. Gonna bet pretty big here because this flop is not good for bottom 2 pair. Good thing we just win the pot there. Guess he had like pocket jacks and 10s a lot there. Pocket queens, I think he's gonna jam. Pre-flop. On this flop, we're just gonna check behind. I mean, small c-bet is okay on the flop too. We're just gonna call this and then possibly call a river bet. King is not the greatest river. When you bet this small, it's like he either have a queen, he could obviously have a king, or he have like nothing, but it's just half pot we have to call. I feel like calling is mandatory. I expect us here to lose quite often. Maybe like 60% of the time we'll lose, but he can still be bluffing sometimes. Yeah, when you bet that small, it just feel extremely value, but it's only half the pot, so we kind of have to looking up because he can still be bluffing there. One small blind call we kind of have to call with the suited queen. Mid pair with the backdoor flush draw probably is good enough to call one c-bet. Under the gun race, just gonna put in a 3-bet with ace jack suited. Against this guy, we'll probably just fold. Check around on the flop. We're gonna start betting if this guy checked. I don't think he has that many aces in his range because he would have 3-betted pre-flop if he has like some kind of ace. Have to fall suited ace jack 10 again. He called. I expect him to have like some queens. Jack 10 maybe. Just gonna check behind. No reason to bet here. He has a better queen. Nice hand. Here we're gonna put in a 4-bet with ace 5 suited. We flop top 2 pair, we got lucky. Hopefully he has ace king. Against this guy, 3-betting is okay. Calling is okay as well. Hopefully he has ace king here, and then we just suck down on the turn on the flop. Pretty good flop for ace jack. We're just gonna bet like pretty big on this flop. Here we're gonna do like a small 3-bet. Don't think he has that many 10-8. We probably just have to get it in here. Sucks that he just folded. Probably has like jacks or something. Here just gonna get it in and hopefully call with like king jack or something. I don't think he ever has queens, kings, and aces here because he would definitely 4-bet pre-flop. As long as he didn't snap call, we have the best hand here. Just hopefully that he has like king jack, so we dominate that pretty hard. He could have like queen 10 for open this straight draw as well. But when he tanks like this, we definitely have the best hand 100% of the time. Unless he planned to slow roll us. I don't think it's the case. What? Just 3rd pair? Shit. That's extremely weird. That's really weird. He had like no draw, nothing. Whatever. That's why he's a fish. Here we're gonna put in a c-bet. And here against the small size c-bet and then a call, we just have to call against 2 fishes. If we hit like a jack or 9, we might win like a lot of money. And here we have 2 pair, but flush also gets there. We're just gonna barrel. And we pick up a backdoor flush draw. Oh, that's a terrible river. We're just gonna check, and possibly just check fold, depending on what he does. Same hand. Against that sizing, I think we're gonna call and then try to get there. When he calls, it's definitely a call. Hopefully we can get like a jack or 9. I don't think 9 will be good. 9 might not be good, but definitely a heart. So hopefully you can get there. Hopefully it's gonna be a heart on the river right now. Let's see. And we don't get there, and we definitely don't have the best hand. So just gonna check fold. That's unfortunate. Here we flop trips again. Just gonna check raise. Against this guy, we probably just actually we're gonna check raise. Here with pocket nines, we're definitely gonna. Holy shit! I'm curious to see what they have. Oh, he bet 100, and then if he's folding this, he's obviously like bluffing. Oh, he has the nuts. They both have the nuts. Why even take that loan? So they both had the nuts on the turn. So if we hit our flush, that would be so sweet. Unfortunately, we don't get there. Like I say, like I didn't think 9 would be good. Here just gonna check behind on this flop. Turn top pair. If he bets, we're probably gonna put in a raise. So we can wrap like Jack 9 and stuff like that. And then we can deny equity if he had like a flush draw pair and a flush draw type of hands. That's a huge 3-bet. Against a reg player. Just gonna fold. And here check it to us, we obviously just gonna check back. Okay. So we definitely got maximum value there by raising the turn. Here we pick up Gasha on the turn. Just gonna keep barreling and possibly go 3. Depending on the river. Gonna start betting on the turn. We just pick up the pot, that's nice. Here we got 3 bets. 100 big blind deep. Yeah, with the overcard, we're just gonna put in a C bet. And then here we're just gonna 4 bet and get it in. Ace king. Here we're just gonna barrel again. He could have a lot of flush draws. He could obviously have a king. But if he has a king, he's just gonna check river so we can see a showdown. We're just denying equity for a flush draw here. And then I expect him to check a lot here. Unless he had a 4, which is very unlikely. We're just gonna check behind and hoping that he has missed flush draw. He could have like a 4 of heart, obviously. And he had a king. That's fine. Turn 2 pair. Flush also gets there, we're just gonna bet and then wrapping the flush. Because when we bet here, we have a lot of flush. Here we're just gonna check behind with bottom pair. I'm expecting to have a lot of missed flushes. And here he dunked that into us. We're just gonna fold actually. And here with the double gutter, we're just gonna see bet. And here with top pair, obviously calling. And we're just gonna check it to him and then see what he does. And he check behind, we should have the best hand. Oh, we don't. He had 2 pairs. I think he missed the value there. He should definitely value bet the river. We pick up extra equity with the spades. And then he overbet the turn. We're just gonna fold here. I expect him to have a lot of better king. And here we're just gonna keep barreling. We still have our draw shot, and then we pick up extra flush draw. So, and then we get there on the river. I don't think he'll call with like a worse spades. We're losing to king of spades, jack of spades. I just don't think he'll call with the worst spades, and then he could occasionally have some boats here, maybe. So we're just gonna check behind. And then we sucked out. That's nice. Blind versus blind, ace queen is definitely gonna open. No brainer. Flop and ace, gonna do a c bet. Pretty small. Here with kings, we're just gonna put in a 3 bet. Here in pocket 7, we can c bet and then we can check behind. Either way works. C betting, we're not gonna get that much credit. We probably get check raised a lot. So we cannot like always c bet here. We're actually gonna check here. And then against under the gun raise, king jack off, so it's just not a good calling hand. We're just gonna fold. And here we got called again. With ace high flop, just gonna do a small c bet. If he called, then I'm just gonna assume that he has an ace. Here we actually gonna check it to him. Here we start betting. I'm trying to think if he has a flush draw, we should check. If he has like ace jack or ace 10, then we should definitely keep betting for value. I don't think flush draw calls the turn, so I'll put in on like an ace a lot here. We're just gonna check behind. He has a lot of jacks here. He does. We're just gonna bet like 30, and then hopefully he has ace jack and ace 10 will call. I just don't think he has that many missed flush draw here when he called the turn. He probably has like ace jack, ace 10, like I thought. Yeah, he does have ace jack here. The reason why I decided to bet the river was because I bet pretty big on the turn. I just don't think he will call with just a flush draw, unless he had like some flush and straight combo draw. Then that could make sense for calling the turn. But a lot more likely he has a jack, because I bet the turn pretty big. Like any kind of naked flush draw should be like a fold. That's how we got maximum value here. I really like the way we play. Here on ace king, facing a squeeze, and we're just gonna put in a 4 bet. We are pretty deep here, so have to be careful. I'm gonna 4 bet a little bigger than normal. He's gonna know that we have a real hand here. He just called. We're super deep. I mean, he can have ace king here. I think the best scenario is that we are chopping. I don't think he'll ever call with ace queen. So we're just gonna check here. King gets there on turn. It could be a good card, could be a bad card, because he could have like jacks here. He could have pocket kings. He lead out. We don't have the diamond. We don't have ace of diamond in our hands, so that kind of make it a little bit tough. but when he bet the turn, I expect to see a lot of ace king as well. Obviously, he could have like pocket jacks, but we're just gonna call and see what he does on the river. Now we're like never folding, but it's gonna suck. But even if he had like pocket jack here, he has to be concerned that we have kings or aces. So I think I expect him to check here a lot. He's almost never having a flush here. I'm just trying to think if we should jam here and then just take away the pot. Because he has a lot of ace king here. And if we jam, ace king might be a fold. But he also could have like pocket jacks here, so I think jamming is like pretty risky. This is kind of rough. I think we just check and then take the chop. Like, I don't expect us to ever win here. Like, at best scenario is a chop. Wow, he has king jack. That's surprising. That's super surprising. But we did sucked out though, so that's nice. But that's super surprising that he called a huge 4-bet with just king jack suited, out of position, playing 200 plus big blind. It's just not normal. Here we're just gonna put a small c-bet, and then if he raised, we just fold. And we just pick up the pot, that's nice. Ace 10, we're gonna 3-bet here. I mean, folding is fine as well. We flop the nut flush shot, and then he dunk bet into us. We're like super deep, so we're just definitely gonna call here. I don't see a reason to raise. Because when he dunk bet, he has like a very strong range sometimes. Here 7-8 suited, we're just gonna call and see a flop. He checked, we're just gonna check behind. No reason to bet here. He could be checked to trap here very often. We normally fold here, but because this guy is a fishy player and then the big blind is a fishy player, and we are position, and then I'm pretty comfortable playing 5-6 suited in position against 2 fishes. And we get there, that's nice, and then he checked instantly. We're just gonna check here. On Queen 10 6-4, he's never folding anything. It connects too well with his raising range. We're gonna bet like 40 here, because I feel like he can have a lot of flop flushes playing this way. I'm gonna overbet this. Just make it look like a bluff. So if he has like any type of clubs, he might just look us up. And here on this flop, we're just gonna do a small c-bet, and then with the gut shot straight draw. And if it's called, then we just finish with the hand. Ace queen is just gonna 3-bet, and we don't get there. Just gonna check. He checked. We're just gonna check again. We only beat 2 spades. And here on this flop, I don't like c-betting, but I mean, we had the backdoor flush shot, and this guy is like pretty fishy, so gonna try. I think I think this is a spot where he overfolds a lot. This is kind of weird. I don't know what he's rapping. I guess he's saying that he has King 9, Queen 9, but obviously we're not calling. And we got check raise here. Ace Queen is just not a hand that we continue. If we are like pocket 10s here, we might call this check raise. But Ace Queen just not that good. We're just gonna give it to him. Pocket aces. Here we got donk bet. We're just gonna fold here. We're gonna attack this guy, a fish player. Whoever donk bet is not that good because like donk betting is very hard to balance. I think we're gonna play tricky here and then just call, and then hopefully one of them will like 3-bet. But when we decide to play this way, we have to be like extremely careful. We bugged out here. Unfortunately, nobody 3-bets. But our ace is like super concealed. Like he'll never put us on aces here. And this is a pretty good flop for aces. Gonna put in a 3-bet with king queen. We're just gonna call here. Definitely calling again. I expect him to have like a lot of queens here. Here we're just gonna do a c-bet. This guy has a lot of pocket pair here. Very good run now for aces. If he bets again, we're probably gonna put in like a small raise. Here we're just gonna put in like a barrel here. We're gonna barrel here because he has a lot of small pocket pair. I don't think he can call a second barrel that often. And then he instant call. We just kind of have to give up here. He's never like folding anything here. He checked. We're gonna bet like 35. We're just gonna fold here. Check. We're just gonna give up. Cause he's never folding anything when he like snap called the turn. $2. So we're just gonna call and see what he has. Ace-6. Oh, that's kind of odd. We turned the bolt. Gonna start betting. Yeah, this guy is definitely a fish player. Calling 3-bet with ace. So he called a raise and then he cold called a 3-bet with ace-6 offsuit. And then like calling on this flop c-betting is just bad. Like, but it's okay. Fish is gonna shall we fold? Oopsie. Fish can win some money sometimes too. So that's how the poker economy goes. Can't always beat the fish. This guy never folds to 3-bet, so we're just gonna 3-bet and then play our hunting position. Overcard, we're just gonna c-bet and play our range. We have middle pair, definitely good enough to do a small c-bet. We're gonna second barrel here. He has a lot of flush draw, a lot of queen jack, queen 10 type of gut shot type of hands. We got check raise. We're just gonna check fold here. When you check raise like this, we just have to fold. Just no other play. King's definitely gonna 3-bet. It's queen comes small blind putting a 3-bet. Folding is okay here too if you can fold here in some frequency. But I'll say like 3-bet more often than folding though against under the gun raise. On this flop, we're just gonna do like 1 c-bet. If it's call, we just give up. Under the gun raise, we're gonna put in a 3-bet with ace king. Pretty bad flop for pocket nice. We're just gonna give up here. Hopefully get to a check down. 3-betting here is okay. You're probably just gonna fold. Just gonna check and hopefully you can get to a check showdown. It's just progressively gets worse. We might still have the best hand though. We do. Against 2 players, definitely gonna call. Alright, gonna wrap up the section here. Play about 1,000 hands. Oh, we're gonna check raise here actually. We can have all the deuces, all the fives, and then he never had fives there. Okay, let's see how we did today. We're up 278, which is not bad. Consider we lost a big pot, bluffing our stack away. Let's see how we did. Big hands. I think that's the only big hands we lost. Pretty steady session, like a lot of median to median small pots. Not many all in. This is the only one. Don't regret it though. Button raised. We 3-betted, and then he called. Flop. 4-4 deuce like doesn't connect with anybody. So if we had the best hand here pre-flop, we still have the best hand after flop. So we decided to do a small c-bet, and he called. Once he called the flop, we kind of decided to just go for a 3-barrel. Because his cap is that jacks and pocket tens here, and then since we have king queen 10, so we kind of block pocket tens. So like the best hand he can have here is like pocket jacks, and then of course sometimes he'll have like ace queen suited or something. So we just decided to barrel pretty big, and then this sizing was actually designed for a shove on the river, and during string, like during lifetime, like I even explained our process too. And then he called, and then obviously the river we're jamming if it's not like a third heart or something, and 7 is the perfect card to jam because we have all the aces and kings will play the same way, and then we just jam, and then he made a good call with pocket jacks. I guess he could put us on like ace king, ace queen of hearts, and then we playing this way, but a lot more often we have like aces and kings and queens when we take this line. But he made a good call, and we actually putting on like we capping on jacks, and then he was on like top of his range. So I wouldn't blame him that much for calling, because like if you start folding like top of your range that much, then it's just gonna be like really difficult for you to be a winning player. So his play was actually not the worst. But I expect him, if I were in his shoes, I would expect us to like lose quite often as well. Gonna rain into like queens, kings, and aces quite often. But this is like the only interesting hand today. A lot of smaller pots. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow.